The three-day international conference will see players in the oil and gas industry across the globe trade ideas on how best to utilize the mineral for the respective developments of their countries. President Akufo-Addo, who is leading the Ghanaian delegation to the conference, says years after oil and gas were discovered in Ghana, very few local companies are involved in the sector. He considered that despite the numerous laws allowing locals to have a stake in the industry, little had been done.
A major challenge we have been confronted with is how to develop the oil and gas industry with optimal local content and participation, enhance national development, and create jobs. We resolved that the involvement of Ghanaians in the exploitation of oil and gas resources could be achieved through mandatory local content in all aspects of petroleum activities. Hence, our local content and local participation policy was adopted in 2010. We've been relatively successful in creating skilled and internationally competitive domestic suppliers through this law. It is important to note that Ghana's local content law is not about nationalization of the petroleum sector or a protectionist initiative, but a vehicle for partnering investors to develop domestic capacity that will bring mutual benefits to the investors and the citizens of the country who own the resources, and thereby ensure social harmony and cohesion.
President Akufo-Addo also took a swipe at international organizations pressuring African countries not to explore their natural resources, citing climate change as the reason.
We're faced with a conundrum. The African Development Bank has stated that Africa will need some $3 trillion United States dollars in mitigation and adaptation by 2030 to enable us implement our nationally determined contributions. The obvious question arises as to how do we finance these commitments, especially as our socioeconomic development continues, unfortunately, to be low. The great rivers of the world flow through our continent, and so are the lakes and the dramatic waterfalls. We have breathtaking deserts as well. We have minerals that the rest of the world would kill for. All the minerals that are needed to run modern economies are in our continent. Indeed, 30% of the Earth's remaining minerals are in Africa. We have fertile lands, we have picturesque and captivating landscapes, and useful and interesting plants. And we are still home to what is left of the big animals on our planet. The Almighty has blessed our lands with abundant natural resources, and we believe it would be wholly unfair for the world to demand that Africa abandons the exploitation of these same resources needed to finance her development and help us to cope better with the threat of climate change at a time when many countries on the continent have only just discovered them.